Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, leaving a like, leaving a comment, or subscribing, all of these things help out the channel's metrics immensely. And without any further ado, let's jump right into it. So, in probably the most expected news that we could have ever possibly received within the cryptocurrency space, MicroStrategy, the company that already holds like $9 trillion worth of Bitcoin, the largest corporate holder of Bitcoin, boosted their holdings of Bitcoin in November, apparently buying 16,130 Bitcoin, worth around $608 million at current prices. I assume the vast majority of you know what MicroStrategy is and what they have been doing. For the new ones who are here, hello. Basically, MicroStrategy is a company around 2019, maybe early 2020, who announced that they were in the cryptocurrency space. This is back in the days before we heard that there were banks and BlackRocks and Grayscales and all these other things floating around within the space as well. And they were like, we believe in Bitcoin. We're going to buy some. And we were like, yeah, that sounds amazing. And then they were like, we bought 38,000 Bitcoin. And everyone was like, what? Every single time that MicroStrategy buys Bitcoin, they're not buying one. They're not buying 50. They're not even buying 1,000. They're always buying several thousand at the exact same time. Noteworthy is the word. Point is that there's only 21 million Bitcoin. So every single time that they do this, they're essentially taking Bitcoin off the market for several million people every single time that they purchase. They're very famous, or became super famous, not only for being bullish, but also for taking out massive amounts of debt to be able to buy Bitcoin. I think the first time they took out $500 million, that is billion with a B, $500 million worth of debt in the form of, I forgot what they were, some kind of notes. And basically, Bitcoin's price rose, and they paid back that $500 million and are still raking in all the money all the time. MicroStrategy and the head of MicroStrategy, the guy whose beard you see right here, have basically noted they want all the Bitcoin in the world, and it looks like they're well on their way to do so. The Michael Saylor founded software developer company bought the Bitcoin for around $593 million in cash at an average price of around 36,000 Bitcoin, according to a regulatory filing on Thursday. This one company now holds 174,530 Bitcoin. 174,000 Bitcoin, one company. Purchased at an average of around $30,000 per coin. They have said before they only plan on buying. They have no intention of selling. And I think at some point we're going to hear that they have like 250, 300,000 Bitcoin. And then people will be like, well, why can't I buy any Bitcoin online? And it's like, well, one company's holding all of it. The November purchase marks an acceleration in the firm's Bitcoin buying activities. As of the end of October, MicroStrategy held 158,000 Bitcoin, having just acquired 6,600 since the beginning of the month. It's now increased its holdings by over 10% in a month as well. MicroStrategy has also entered into an agreement with Cohen and Company, Canaccord Genuity, and BTIG to offer up to $750 million worth of Class A common stock. Yeah, they've been doing that as well. That has to do with the whole debt thing. As you might have imagined, this was incredibly popular news because they keep buying Bitcoin all the time. The really interesting part is that every time that they purchase Bitcoin, they're basically, once again, and I know this doesn't I know a lot of people don't care about other humans out there. I got it. I've seen the comment section before. But it's important to remember that Bitcoin is for the masses, not the people sitting inside of the. I was going to try and rhyme castles with masses, but it was like casses, and it didn't work out too well. The point is, Bitcoin's basically made for like 8 billion people on the planet. And we keep hearing that there's like a handful of institutions who are holding like egregious amounts of Bitcoin. So, that's just always something to remember in the year 2045 when you're like, I wonder who's worth like $17 trillion. And then you look over at MicroStrategy. So yeah, MicroStrategy has purchased another, what was it? 16,000 Bitcoin. You know how much one Bitcoin is? Now imagine being like, I think I want to buy 16,000 of them. That's a lot of moolah. That's the MicroStrategy news. Yeah. Let's move on. Tying directly into that news, a crypto whale is drawing attention for accumulating a massive amount of Ether within the last couple of months. According to blockchain tracking service Look On Chain, a very deep-pocketed investor has purchased 31,149 Ether, worth about $54,900,000 since September. They've been buying nonstop. You want to hear something crazy? One of the books that I'm reading about like the beginning of the cryptocurrency systems and the ecosystem, I'm always trying to like learn more in some sort of way. And I was completely unaware, I did not know this, that a lot of the people who were like the beginning people for Ethereum, because part of Ethereum was also like a pre-mine, these people got like 35,000 Ether, like 20,000 Ether. Like in my mind, like they each got maybe like 1,000 coins and they were like, okay, cool. Nope. They all got like a huge swath of Ether. So I always think about that whenever we hear Ether's prices. I'm like, they got all that money for, yeah. Look On Chain says that this week, the whale purchased an additional 4,865 Ether while the platform was trading around $2,056. They said a giant whale spent 10 million USDC to buy up 4,865 Ether at $2,056. Remember we were talking about before, Tether keeps creating new coins? And this is typically because there's like outside interest from larger investors who want rapidly liquid ways to trade into crypto and out of crypto. So they're not waiting to put like $20 million onto an exchange and then wait for it to go, have to go through all these things. They simply just use the cryptocurrency and like the tether that's actually given to them. And usually, as we get into a bull run, we see that all the whales are actually buying with stable coins. So it's not out of the ordinary that this person literally spent $10 million worth of Circle coin to buy 4,865 Ether. That's what is happening? Hold on. Wait. Okay, there we go. For some reason, my microphone decided to like lay sideways and I'm not. Anyway, this whale has bought a total of 31,149 Ether, $54 million at $1,763 from Binance and decentralized exchanges since September 19th. The current profit is $9.2 million. Yeah, we keep always getting a lot of accumulation news, just letting you know that it's massively happening. We are going to live on a very, very interesting planet in the next couple of years because these people are basically buying up all the coins. Is this also one of them? Also, I mean, kind of esque. The amount of price predictions floating around are also, you've seen these numbers are completely insane. I don't know who this person is, but this was also extremely popular. Prominent chartist Egrag or Egrag, it's E-G-R-A-G, has apparently set two price targets. Now, they're vastly different. For XRP, stating that one of them is apparently $10 and the other one is $50. I don't know how there's such a divergence there, but this was popular. Depending on the asset's trajectory from here. Following the formation of an historic 3 green candle structure. Why not? In his analysis, Egrag emphasized the importance of candle formations in evaluating the direction of an asset. Taking this into account, the chart has highlighted the formation of a 3 consecutive green candle structure on the monthly timeline. Basically, what this guy was looking for was like other previous movements of XRP over the course of its history, and he found that if you look at the 2 previous movements that we had from when XRP was basically under 1 cent, and then it jumped 43%, and then he looked at another chart that showed it going from, I think, the 1 cent or something like that to the $3.60 or something or other cents. He basically says, in his opinion, the worst case scenario is a $10 XRP, and the best one during the next bull run, if it should follow the same trajectory or the same candle as 2017, would then be a $50 XRP, which is kind of like a hot topic right now. Not the store, but like, the thing. Because a lot of people, I have my own opinions as to where I believe a lot of these coins and prices are going to go. And I feel like sometimes if I say a number that's a little bit too low, like people get a little bit angry because I think they expect me to like hype it up and say something extremely insane. Understand that in the traditional financial world, a 100% increase in your anything over the course of a year is staggering. Like a lot of times you'll hear someone be like, oh yeah, we made 24% in the stock market this year. We got really lucky. We made like 55%, like a really good year. On average, if you like do the extrapolation thing, you maybe make around 7-8% per year. A coin's price doubling is like, whoa, you chose the right asset to invest your money in. A coin tripling is like, oh my gosh, you're a genius. A coin going from like 60 cents to $50 is like, well, listen, you're the best investor in the entire world. But also, so is $10. Like, I think a lot of people, when they deal in or hear about cryptocurrency numbers and prices, like they're literally looking to make like $900 million, not realizing that the numbers that we get in crypto are insane. If we're talking about a $40,000, $50,000 Bitcoin going up to potentially $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in the next like 24 months, that's insane. If we're talking about a lot of the altcoins doing like 15,000 X's, these numbers are they're all quite monstrous. So yeah, he and a lot of other people, we had something similar to this like maybe 2 months ago, people talking about where XRP is going to go since the bulk of the conversation around the security thing has kind of dissipated. How high it could go. The craziest one we saw, was it 10,000? I think that was the craziest one. That's not happening next year or the next 2 years. I think $12 is possible. I think 15 on like a good run is also possible. $50, Anyway, that's Egrag has said that XRP is either going to $10 or to $50. I feel like it'll just be somewhere in the middle. Yeah. Also, wait. Nope. Sorry. Let it keep rolling. Bitcoin's bullish trajectory will apparently reach $63,000 by April. This was reported by MicroStrategy on the 1st of December. The firm expects a sustained 3-year bull market. I repeat, we had news recently that there was a company. Who was it? Oh, no. It was the guy from Blockstream. He thinks that the guy from Blockstream believes that what was it? Before the halving, we are going to see a $100,000 Bitcoin. And then the other guy on CNBC said that he thinks that by I think summer of next year, we'll have a $100,000 Bitcoin. Now, this one from MicroStrategy is saying that they're expecting a 3-year bull market and that by next April, Bitcoin will hit 63. It's a very, very exact number. They say $63,140, which would, oh no, yes, by April. Attributing to historical trends, mining reward halving, and what they say is favorable geopolitical and macroeconomic factors. I'm going to assume these people don't have the internet and or news, because that's not what's happening, and that's not what's going to continue happening. Matrixport remains confident about Bitcoin hitting $125,000 by December of next year after the Bitcoin halving. The next Bitcoin bull market is being driven by institutional adoption. Yes, remember I told you before, every bull cycle kind of has a thing, that they kind of like some kind of narrative that kind of circles around it. The last one was, it was a tie between NFTs and being stuck at home and trying to figure out how to make money. Before that, it was ICOs. And I think the 2013 one, was that when, what's the name of that island? And they stole their people's money. I can't remember the name of it. But this one, basically, people are expecting large movements because of the Bitcoin ETF and the halving. And it's a bit of a mixed pot. Not really. Like, you ever looked in a pot? This is going to sound crazy. You ever looked in a pot and you're like, oh, there's water, but there's also oil. And you can tell that they're together in the pot, but you can still make out the difference because oil is oil and water is water and they don't connect. I told you it was going to sound crazy, but that's kind of the generalized idea. Everyone has the same thought process behind all of this, except with slightly varying numbers. People are expecting anywhere from now a $63,140 Bitcoin or a $100,000 by April of next year. And then you get to the end of next year, and the lowest we've seen was around 100K. I think they also recently changed their number as well, whichever other company that was. Then you have the 100K, you have the 125,000 by December. And then I think also there are a lot of people talking about a $200,000 by December of next year. And then that still leads us into the 2025 situation, where if this is your first halving or halving situation, we typically see that the 2025 or the year after the halving, we have about a good 8 to 9 months plus of movements in the market as well, which could then lead us to a $300,000, $400,000, or $600,000 Bitcoin, depending on which company you're actually looking at. So, it's always nice to see that everyone's bullish and optimistic. At least we're not getting people, talking about a $12,000 Bitcoin anymore. And I assume those people have gone back into their shadows. The people who I told you, remember I told you towards the beginning of this year, I was like, these people are crazy. Like, everyone kept on, there were multiple analysts and multiple crypto YouTubers, don't forget about those, who kept on telling people that the prices were going to collapse. No, Bitcoin has to go back to 12,000 before it can go back up. And I was like, why? Why would that make any sense? It was just that 12,000. Why would it go back to 15 and then to 18 and then needs to go back down to 12 to be able to go to 25? It doesn't make any sense. Happens every single cycle. People always listen to those people. They sell off their coins. If you didn't sell off your coins, you're doubling and tripling your money at this point. Anyway, that's the oh boy. MicroStrategy bought a whole bunch of Bitcoin. One whale is buying millions of dollars worth of Ether. XRP could potentially go anywhere from $10 to $50. Cool. Crystal ball and all that. And apparently, I'm also not upset with 60,000. 60,000 by April means that by summertime, a lot of you are taking nice long vacations. So, yeah. That's all the price news or price predictions or price something that's going on right now. Everyone's throwing out numbers and they're sticking to the wall. All right. Yeah, okay. Let's move on. Also I still feel like this was all planned in some sort of way. Binance has said that it will be ending support for its BUSD stablecoin on the 15th of December, following the exchange's August announcement that it would be gradually doing so after Paxos, the company that issued the Binance US dollar, was ordered to stop minting the coin in February. Stay with me here. Binance gets sued by the US SEC in January. We hear multiple other countries also don't like Binance, and they all claim that Binance has been working in their country for 5 or 6 years without paperwork. We hear in February that Paxos, the people who are creating the Binance US dollar, the only other stablecoin that was doing excessively well comparative to Tether and better than Coinbase's US dollar, then gets told to stop minting it for whatever reason. It's illegal, yada yada, regulatory something. We start hearing that Coinbase is making their own chain called Base. We also then hear that Coinbase is going to be further backing the Coinbase US dollar, the Circle coin, on their platform after they're going to be delisting a whole bunch of other ones. Binance continues to get in trouble over the course of the summer. Changpeng Zhao, you know what happened to him when he was recently, or he still is, in the United States. What else is there? This all seems a little bit too weird for me, especially after we've been hearing a lot of other larger companies are also trying to create their own cryptocurrency exchanges. And then when Changpeng Zhao got, we heard from the CEO of Coinbase and someone from JP Morgan Chase, someone from BlackRock, and the fourth person who were all, Novogratz, who were all like, now crypto's clean and safe. Something about this entire thing is very, very odd. We may never know the whole story behind it, but I think, at least from my vantage point, I will say this all to me seems completely fabricated and laid out as a perfect plan to knock out the largest cryptocurrency exchange on the planet from ever really being that big again. Because for some reason, as all the Bitcoin ETFs were filed, don't forget that the custody solution for every single one of them was Coinbase. So, yeah. Very weird corruption going on. Users will still be able to redeem their Binance US dollar until February of next year, Binance said in a blog post on Wednesday. However, Binance said it would stop withdrawals on the 31st of December, and any remaining BUSD balances will at that point be automatically converted to what? FDUSD? A stablecoin issued by FD121 Limited. Okay. So yeah, just a reminder, if you have any Binance US dollar, I assumed many moons ago that a lot of people were not investing in stablecoins or using stablecoins, and then lo and behold, I found out that people have a lot of stablecoins out there. Very weird story. All of it. Since the very beginning, and everyone has made sure that they said that Binance was evil, when you all know damn well these other exchanges are also doing shady activities as well. But, as long as you can point the finger at someone, I guess that makes everyone else happy. That's the Binance is going to be ending support for their stablecoin. Doesn't this all seem weird to anyone? Okay. All right. Let's move on. Also in the news, I was lightly excited about this. Bionic, Bioniq, a new marketplace for Bitcoin NFTs, introduces a distinctive approach by operating on the ICP blockchain, which we haven't heard news about in a while. ICP is Internet Computer, the name that I made fun of for about 2 years because you have all the names in the dictionary and you name your blockchain Internet Computer. The introduction of Bionic, a Bitcoin ordinals marketplace, marks a notable development in the evolving landscape of cryptocurrency. Distinctively, Bionic operates on the Internet Computer blockchain platform developed by Dfinity, that is the letter D, infinity rather than directly on Bitcoin. Yeah, you got it because Bitcoin's slow. So this will be another layered solution kind of thing where basically transactions take place batched up together of all the transactions together. And then periodically at a certain point, it kind of like connects to the main chain, if you can think about it that way, feeds the information into Bitcoin's main chain, and it counts as one transaction as opposed to tens of thousands, which Bitcoin cannot handle, as we have seen since the beginning of this year. When Bitcoin NFTs got started, transaction fees began to rocket. And I think on one day, there were like 600,000 NFTs that were made on Bitcoin, and the network was like, I can't. This approach positions Internet Computer as a type of layer 2 network for Bitcoin, a significant deviation from traditional practices within the space. And here's a tweet right here from February. Okay. So apparently Bionic was doing this back in February, telling people how amazing and awesome they are. They claim to be the world's fastest marketplace for Bitcoin NFTs, yada, yada, yada. Where's the other part? So here's why I was excited, because I was hoping for like a general normal website platform where I could buy Bitcoin NFTs. However, the platform uses a token wrapping process where Bitcoin and NFT assets are transferred to Bionic's wallet, then wrapped, creating a corresponding NFT on the Internet Computer Network. This enables trading on the Internet Computer Network, which is touted to be faster and less costly than Bitcoin. Despite these claimed advantages, Bionic's approach involves additional steps, potentially complicating the user experience. Users must transfer and wrap their assets on a different blockchain, which may not appeal to those seeking a more straightforward Bitcoin-centric trading process. No, I think it's more the fact that you have to send it somewhere else. If we have a situation, and once again, I say this nicely, if we have a situation where you can just use OpenSea and click buy, and you buy the NFT, or if you're trying to sell it or whatever, you don't have to send it like from OpenSea onto Polygon or anywhere else, and then wrap it yourself, and then send it back to OpenSea and then place it for sale. At some point, someone's going to get really confused and their assets are going to get lost. I'm shocked. There are still a lot of chains like this. What was I looking at? There was something maybe like a month or two ago. I was trying to purchase an NFT, not from OpenSea, like on like another platform, because there are like a lot of other big artists who are making NFTs. And what did I have to do? I think I had to purchase it on the website, and then I had to transfer it to another chain. I didn't have to unwrap it, but it was something along the lines of I had to wait like 4 hours for the transfer process to happen, and then put it on. And I was like, what is like, it was just far, far, far too much. So I assume at some point it will get easier for Bitcoin, but it would be nice before the bull run happens to enable the people who are already in the market to be able to buy these things easier. But cool. So now there's apparently, is this the first one? I don't know. I don't remember getting any other like Bitcoin NFT website news, but Bionic is claiming to be the world's fastest. So I hope it becomes easier, because I would love to get some, but I don't want to have to wrap and then unwrap and then wrap it again. And, all right, that's the Bionic news. Okie dokie. Let's move on. Also in the never-ending story news, Swiss digital asset manager Pando Asset AG has filed for an application with the US SEC to offer a spot Bitcoin ETF in the US of A. Yeah, we have another company who is trying to do the thing that every other company is also doing at the exact same time. I guess amazing. This is like the 21st company. The Pando Asset Spot Bitcoin Trust would offer investors shares that are backed by Bitcoin, with Bank of New York Mellon as the administrator and Coinbase Custody as the fund's custodian. Once again, Coinbase seems a little weird. I assume they're doing this because the rumors are that there's going to be an acceptance across multiple Bitcoin ETFs. And therefore, if the rumors end up being true and this ends up going through, and then there's actually like 7 different Bitcoin ETFs, every other company can kind of just fall in line behind them and also do the exact same thing. It says a genuine Bitcoin ETF, one that directly tracks Bitcoin and not just derivatives, has so far eluded U.S. investors because the SEC is corrupt. But the idea is shares in a Bitcoin ETF would gain and lose value as Bitcoin's price fluctuates, and investments in those shares would allow buyers to gain exposure to Bitcoin without actually buying or holding digital coins, which is going to be very, very fun in the future when a lot of people realize that they should have actually bought the actual physical Bitcoin instead of handing US dollars to a company who handed them back a digital share that said that they owned Bitcoin. Cool. Another company, another day. I hope they get it, I guess, for the sake of the market, but also like, I'm not too hung up on the idea of like another company, because it's more like, do we have enough? Is there never enough? Will we eventually have like 3,000 Bitcoin NFTs? I don't know. So fantastic. That's the Pando. What is Pando? It's like Pandoring? Pandemonium? Okay, all right. Let's move on. Also in the news, Tether's market cap has climbed to a new high. Oh my gosh, my knees. Oh, that hurt. New high during November 2023 as tokens in the broader crypto ecosystem and DeFi recorded price sprints due to significant cash inflows. You know the idea. We've had this news over the course of the last 2 weeks as well. The amount of Tether continues to increase quite rapidly. There's like hundreds of millions of billions of new Tether being created like every week or so. It's a little weird at this point. And is basically pointing to, once again, the idea of the bull run and of the halving that's coming up. And this is the way that investors want liquid cash when it comes to being able to trade on these cryptocurrency platforms. So cool. It also says it grew by $4.5 billion in 30 days, with the lion's share of the new supply minted on top of Tron. Wow, that's crazy. Tether minted $3 billion on... Okay, that's a little... Okay, it says Sun's blockchain. When you write it like that, it just sounds like a security. Additionally, the Kraken deposit wallet TQEF1 received $2.5 billion, while $400 million of these new tokens were created within a week. Yes, more and more Tether news, more and more stablecoin news basically has to do, once again, with the investors piling into the market, trying to make sure that they have enough immediate liquid cash on them to be able to gobble up all the Bitcoin, because they already own all of it. So why not own even more? That's the Tether news. And yeah, let's move on. Also in the news, what a world. Apparently, there's something called Doge 1. The Doge 1 moon mission has apparently been confirmed and will be launching on the 12th of January. The approval was given by the Federal Communications Commission under the file number 0083EXCN2002. On the same day, the National Telecommunications and Information Administration, NTIA, formally issued the license for Doge 1. Acceptance of all specified criteria is required for the approval, which is issued under the same file name. So as far as I understand it, they're going to be taking actual Dogecoin and putting it on in a box and putting that onto a spaceship, which is going to the moon. For those of you who I'm sure you get it, the idea of like, oh, to the moon, yeah. That was actually started by Dogecoin, like when it was first released. The idea was that everyone kept on saying like they wanted prices to go up. And I believe it was the creator of Doge who was like, yeah, Doge is going to go to the moon. He said it as a joke and people still kind of use it. And then we also have like that they're literally trying to send Dogecoin to the actual moon right now. There's a lot that I would like to say. However, I will say Oh, wow. That's what they're using their money on? Surely nothing else on the planet needs to be fixed, but let's put some digital currency onto a box and spend millions of dollars to send it to the moon. See, I was nice. I could have I wanted to say something completely different. So cool. That's the so remember how like I always and I said this a couple of videos as well ago where I was like, there are a lot of coins in the news, but like there are three specific coins that keep getting like all of the actual news. And there are then a lot of other altcoins that tend to have news like what's on the screen. So a lot of times I enter perplexed mode when I bring you the news and I assume the majority of you speak English, can hear me in English. You understand what it means to like partner with a country or a company or like be used by someone. And then there's also like, oh, we're gonna put Dogecoin onto a spaceship. See the difference in the news and why like a lot of times I like lose faith in or don't have any faith in a lot of different coins. It's because of stuff like that. I used to think Dogecoin was kind of cool, but that was like when it was a meme and stuff. So yeah, apparently people are spending money to do this. And I assume as the way that the cryptocurrency market works on the 11th or 12th of January, we will hear the news about if it got there or not. And then people will rejoice and probably buy up more Dogecoin because that seems to be the use case for the coin. That's the Doge to the moon news. It's finally happening, y'all. It's finally going there. I do hope that you have all enjoyed. I do sincerely hope that you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and or supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See